Well, it's always fun making things, especially when you're making a gift for somebody else. And Lisa Singer joins us from Elmer's with this beautiful word album. And this is a baby album that you have made for a friend, right?
Right. It's a perfect gift for that new mom. We've just taken chipboard letters and created a beautiful album.
And also, all she has to do is to add some journaling and, of course, baby photographs.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and get started. First, you want to take the edge of your chipboard and color it in with an opaque paint marker.
So this is going to give it a really nice finished look,
yes,
right?
Yes. If you don't do that, you really get the appearance of the chipboard. So you just run your marker down there. You might want to do a couple coats just to make sure you get it all the way around the edge here, along the top. And then go ahead and make sure you want to get inside the crevices here as well. Get it along the curve of the letters. So, of course, you want to finish that out and go along the edge.
And we probably start off by doing that on each of the letters.
Yeah, you want to do all the
chipboard
chipboard pieces at once.
Okay, and then our next step.
Next step is to take a paper glue, and we're going to, whoops.
And shake it down.
Yeah, shake it down there, yes, and get a good amount of glue down here.
Okay, and we don't need to use this sparingly because we want to get a really good even coverage.
Exactly, and then to help us get a better even coverage, we're going to use our foam brush and really want to smooth that out, get it to the edges as well, because you don't want that paper peeling up when the new mom's going through the album.
And of course, we're working on a mat, so if we get a little bit of adhesive on the mat, that's fine.
Right, that'll clean up easy. So just continue to spread that out. Make sure, again, that we get a good, even application with the glue.
Right. And if it does go around the edge, like inside the letters or something like that, it does dry clear.
It does.
That's all right. It's not a problem.
It's not a problem. So we're going to go ahead then and place our paper down and flip our chipboard piece. And one good tip here is to make sure that you get your paper aligned, so if you were doing a pattern on the other side, that you have that oriented correctly when you go to make the book.
Hearts upside down, and things like that. I have done that.
So you want to press that firmly down and give that some time to dry, so we'll go ahead and set that aside.
Okay.
We've got the letter A completed here, as you can see, and we're going to take our craft knife and cut along the edge. Want to make sure you use a nice cutting mat so you don't ruin the surface of your table. Go ahead.
They're always good, and I like the cutting mats as well when they have the measurements on, because it's always good if you need to measure something. If you're cutting out a square and it needs to be 6 inches, you don't always have to get the ruler out.
Right. And you want to go ahead and finish up the details on the inside for me, Julie.
And we'll cut this off the top too. And then there's also a lot of embellishments on the different pages of the album.
Right. So with the different embellishments, we're going to first add a ribbon to the end of the album book to give it another different color. So again, I'm using a fabric and paper glue here to make sure that we get that adhered to the edge of the page. So I'm just doing a real fine line of the glue there. Take our ribbon, put it across the edge here, and just sort of smooth that glue out real smooth so you get a real clean appearance.
That's very, very cool. Now I just have to cut this top triangle piece out.
And then once your ribbon's dry on this page, Julie, you'll want to take some scissors just to cut off the edge so you get a real clean appearance.
Right. Or even use the craft knife.
Exactly.
Okay. Now this is one side of the letter A done, so then we'd actually go ahead and put paper on the other side too.
Right, right. You want to make sure you cover both sides, and then you'll want to use your craft knife to cut out each of the holes as well.
We'll set that over here.
Okay. Now that that's drying, we're going to take another piece where we've already adhered the ribbon, and it's dry, and we've taken some clear acrylic letters, and they're self-adhesive, which is very helpful, and we're just going to add the little Y onto the baby here. Okay. And they're kind of difficult to see.
Yeah, the clear acrylic. I mean, it's kind of pretty, but...
Yeah, so we're going to use a paint marker again just to color in the acrylic. And it's really great because paint markers create a real strong adhesion to the acrylic.
They work very, very well.
Yeah, work very smooth. You'll get a nice contrast here, especially with the red on the pink ribbon with the polka dots.
Oh, that's very neat.
You can go ahead and finish it and use any of the different colors that might appeal to you or coordinate with the book.
Okay. Now let's go back to the album again and look at some of the different things that we have done.
Right. Well, with the album, we've also added a couple different embellishments, which actually, if you could grab that A, Another good technique is to add a brad to the top of it to give it more dimension. So we're using a metal brad here, so you want to make sure that you use a stronger adhesive to glue the metal brad down onto the paper.
Okay, that's a really good tip.
Yeah.
So let's turn the page and see what the other pages look like.
So, we've actually been able to intersperse within the chipboard album some pieces of acrylic. So it's been really great.
And of course we bound these all together with the rings.
Right, with the rings and tied on some ribbons as accents as well. Now on this page here, we've actually taken some really intricate lace paper and adhered that onto the acrylic page. And as you can see on the back, you don't see any of the adhesive.
Okay, now do you have a tip for the adhesive that we used on that
Yes, spray adhesives work really great on that. We've actually got an example here. We have pre-sprayed this because you want to use spray adhesives in a well-ventilated area.
Okay, and it's actually when we cut it, or you cut it earlier,
right.
You did cut it inside the cellophane wrapper, and then of course it would go on there with the adhesive.
Right.
Okay, and then we have
continuing
another
to flip
acrylic.
through. We've got another acrylic page here, and this page has also incorporated more of the paint marker to create more doodles and scrolls, and also allows for the mom to do a little bit of journaling about her new baby.
That's cool, and obviously you gave her a paint marker too. Let's just see the effect of the marker on the acrylic. And while you're doing that, Lisa, we're also going to look at this photograph over here because you used some of the techniques on that too. You colored the clear acrylic letters and also added some doodles. And it just makes for a perfect gift.
It does, and it really personalizes it too.
It does. Lisa, thank you so much.
Thank
These are really great projects. Now stay tuned. We'll be right back with more Scrapbook Memories.